Well, here's my ride, all ready for the road. Packed, big old saddlebags. Got the sheepskin. Got a little bitty plug-in jobby down here so I can get current when I need it. I got Faster Motorsports representing. Put some reflector strips on the front of the bike. Wish I could get my windshield a little bit higher. It's going to be a problem when I get high winds, but we'll see. Tires, I hope they hold out. And I got to put up my tent for the very first time. It's quite an interesting tent. Before going on the trip, I finished installing the rain gutter and it came down into a barrel. I didn't think it would fill up because it was so dry, but after 8 days of heavy rains, the monsoon season, this thing was full to running over. So I decided to drain it out using a siphon and got that water to go over to the mystery melons in the garden over there. And anytime you can get 50 gallons of water without paying for it, that's a good idea. The little tomatoes have been growing real well. I'm getting little cherry tomatoes, about a dozen so far, and they're tasty. And here's the second zucchini and some radishes. This is a good time to do a garden tour. My little cherry tomatoes have been blossoming really well. I got orange ones that are sweet, and I got red ones. I'm eating them just about as fast as they appear. Got to get more water on them. The mystery melons are doing well. They're kind of taking over the peppers and going everywhere. Compost box. We have these great big leeks that topped out. A few kale. It's a jungle. The biggest accomplishment, if you can call it that, are these 7-foot high sunflowers. And they just keep on growing. One of them's up over 8 feet. There's a bee visiting one of them over there. They're just a delight. They shaded the garden. I don't know that it's helping anything, but I don't think it's hurting anything. It's just a gee whiz element right now. Some early carrots actually started growing here, even after I planted other things around it. Spinach is done. Got a couple of kale transplants. Eggplants are getting pretty big, and they're flowering well. No fruit on them yet. A little marigold in here to chase away the bugs. Got some daisies back there along the road and some hollyhocks. And the hollyhocks that I transplanted are actually flowering. Next year I suspect they're going to be big tall things, but I'm glad to have some hollyhocks. The raspberry bushes that Colleen gave me are growing. They seem a little sensitive to heat. Every now and then I'm getting some stuff that looks like it's drying up or on fire, but it continues to grow, and I continue to water them. I guess I got to give them some more water. The peony that came out of the mountains is still growing well. Lupin has fallen back a little. There's a tiny little bee balm. Well, congratulations, you finally decided to show up. Alright, good. Everything else is sort of coming back. It's been 90 degrees plus every day, and we'll wait for next year. The cucumber patch is doing well. It's late afternoon in Denver right now. Beans are setting well, and peppers are a little higher than that, and the tomatoes are going crazy. Not a lot of fruit on them yet. Harvested a lot of peas out of them. Going in for a closer look, we've got a few Roma tomatoes growing there. And we got some peas, and I planted things too close. What can I say? I thought I'd have 1,000 plants, but I guess I'm a little too close together here. Maybe the soil's just too big, but they're competing. At some point they're just going to get heavy with fruit. This tall mystery plant that I couldn't identify must be okra. I don't really recall planting it, but it looks like okra. Let's see what it is. Squashes are doing well. Got the yellow squash and the zucchinis. Got 2 zucchinis already. We got a few yellow squash that are starting to appear down in here. And some flowers if I want to start eating those. The beets are doing well. And the carrots. And radishes are what they are. They grow and they're, well, I just cut them up and put them in with stuff. That's the garden. In the front yard I made what I called the coffin garden because it started out coffin shaped and I threw some wildflower seeds in there. We're getting quite a nice mixture of things. I'm going to take some close-ups here. Some different foliage. I guess you can consider amaranth a flower. And what garden was not complete without some marigolds. There's the Johnny Jump Up. And a marigold that just refuses to bloom. A little brigade of irises and lilies seem to have made it through the summer. And I don't know if we'll get any more growth from them this year, but they've been nice to look at when they've started. The Mexican sunflowers on the street are getting big. And between the 2 gardens we actually have some privacy in front of the house. Gotta give these tomatoes some rain. I want more tomatoes, plump tomatoes, big tomatoes, lots of tomatoes. Set up all that fruit. I also grew some herbs this year. Some basil. And some parsley. I've never grown parsley before. Gathered the seeds in there and boy, they just grew. Nice job.